This video lists the top 10 feminine flaws that every man should be aware of. I'm going to reveal the hidden flaws that women often conceal to avoid being perceived as weak. Being aware of these weaknesses may help you win them over unexpectedly. Let's focus on the staunch man's weakness. Men who speak minimally captivate women, making it easier to keep their promises. Women find themselves irresistibly drawn to men whose actions align with their words. Women cherish. Since actions carry more weight than words, ensure that your actions align with your words. For instance, if you want to come across as a high-value man, let your actions speak for you by introducing her to your female friends and sharing pictures of yourself with them on social media. This will subtly convey your social standing and desirability. 2. The self-assured man. Women find confidence to be very attractive because it contrasts with their own insecurities. Projecting confidence, speaking with conviction, avoiding filler words, and listening more than you talk not only makes her feel heard, but also adds a sense of mystery, making her eager for more interaction. Don't be afraid to say no when she shows you're not a pushover, as this increases her respect and attraction to you. Stay tuned until the end of the video because the final weakness I'll discuss is one that you can easily exploit to attract her to you without exerting extra effort. 3. The ambitious individual. Ambitious men who reject mediocrity particularly attract women. Whether launching a company or working on a new project, an ambitious man emanates drive and leadership traits that are highly attractive. 4. The mysterious bad boy. Women often find it impossible to resist the allure of the mysterious bad boy. The emotional highs and lows these men produce captivate them, leading them to become obsessed with embodying this. Although I don't advise completely embracing the negative guy lifestyle, persona takes into account being a little self-centered, controlling the relationship, and leaving your intentions unclear. You can become more interesting and appealing by adopting some of these qualities, such as retaining an air of predictability and delaying commitments. Weakness. 5. When you ignore a woman, you stand out and challenge her pride, making her question why she's not receiving the same amount of attention as others. Women thrive on attention and frequently feel a strong draw toward competition. Take advantage of this. As with everyone else, treat her. If you remain casual with her and act unconcerned when you're away, she will have to work harder for your attention, potentially increasing her attraction to you. The charming womanizer. Women often gravitate towards guys who they find attractive. The key is to demonstrate that other women find you attractive, which will naturally elevate your status in her mind as the well-sent man's weakness. This phenomenon is called pre-selection. To take advantage of it, surround yourself with female friends, even if there is no romantic interest involved. To take advantage of this, pay attention to your hygiene routine and use a pleasant-smelling shampoo. According to a Brazilian study, women exhibit heightened sensitivity to scent, increasing their attraction towards men who exude a pleasant scent. Selecting a modest yet durable cologne can help you keep your breath fresh. A well-sent man exhibits the kind of concern and attention to detail that women find very appealing. Weakness 8. The manly man. Women are attracted to guys, men who represent masculinity, which is typically defined by physical strength, a deep voice, and emotional independence, are born leaders who don't need approval from others. To do this, engage in physical activities, hone your leadership abilities, and preserve your independence. This combination gives the impression of solidity and strength, which appeals greatly to women. Weakness 9. The passionate man is very appealing to harness because, in contrast to the stoic masculine man, he captivates women with his unwavering devotion to his passions and contagious enthusiasm, which allows him to delve deeply into a topic or project that excites you and discuss it with genuine energy. When you talk passionately about something you care about, it inspires admiration and forges a deep emotional bond. Pay attention to her responses and modify your style to keep her interested. The vulnerability of the emotionally intelligent man ranks 10th. Women are emotional by nature, so a man who is able to control and comprehend his feelings stands out. Men with emotional intelligence have an advantage because they can relate to women more deeply and meaningfully. To develop this trait, pay close attention to her body language, listen intently, and offer assistance without always trying to rectify the situation. Making memories with her also deepens your relationship by becoming someone she can rely on for emotional support. With minimal effort, you can also enhance your attractiveness. If you've made it this far, you're already a part of our community of men who comprehend and take advantage of female psychology. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave a comment, and don't miss our next video on indicators that a woman is interested in you. Stay tuned and master female psychology. You need to see yourself as a magnet that naturally attracts women. There's no other way to make any girl fall in love with you. Forget all the advice you've received if you want to win a woman's heart. To attract women, you need to make her want you, not the other way around. If you're the one chasing her, she won't ever truly come to you. In this video, we will discuss exactly how to achieve this. Greetings and welcome to our series on attracting women. In this episode, we'll go deeply into a woman's thoughts to discover what she truly wants. The secret to dating success is one important idea: attraction. Knowing how attraction works is vital because, without it, you won't make it far in the dating game. Women around the world frequently make decisions based on attraction. You can't make a woman like you by listing your best qualities in a PowerPoint presentation. Instead, you need to naturally embody these qualities in your behavior and personality. Emotions drive them, not logic, and they respond to the emotions a situation or a person arouses in them. Therefore, their attraction to certain men is a subconscious reaction, not a conscious choice. However, before we delve into the details, let's make two crucial points clear. Let's examine the types of men that women naturally gravitate towards, as action operates on a subconscious level beyond their conscious control. One woman has no control over who she finds attractive, and two women have no control over who they find unattractive. When you're in a store looking through the shelves without intending to buy anything, you notice a shiny modern TV. You ask the salesperson about it out of curiosity, and he apologized, saying, "That's the last one, and it's already sold out." Suddenly, this TV that you were only vaguely interested in becomes the coolest gadget ever. When the salesperson calls to say they found another one in the warehouse, but it's a little more expensive, you want it right away. What transpired was that TV became a need since women's desire for males seemed unachievable. The same is true for men, who cannot simply acquire limited edition items that they truly need. Being unique and limited edition in the dating scene undoubtedly enhances a man's worth and allure. Interestingly, a man's desirability skyrockets if he is married or in a relationship. This may seem paradoxical, but attraction is a humorous game. A man's desirability index soars like the last piece of pizza when someone else claims him. The more unachievable the prize, the more desired it gets. All of a sudden, everyone wants three, the man that other women want. Similarly, the presence of women naturally enhances a man's attractiveness, casting a spotlight on him and piquing the curiosity of other women. They wonder what's so special about this guy that all these women want him. This curiosity acts like a powerful magnet, drawing even more women toward him. Imagine you're walking down the street, and you notice a crowd gathered around an ordinary-looking box. There's nothing special about the box itself, but the fact that everyone's attention is on it piques your curiosity and makes you wonder what makes it so fascinating. It is the most ideal crowd. Polar Approach 4. The man who is unpredictable. Being unpredictable can create an appealing image, as predictability can lead to boredom. Most men approach women in a very direct and predictable way, showing their intentions on their sleeves. This transparency can often cause women to lose interest because they can quickly assess the situation. For example, if you are talking to a beautiful woman and, instead of the usual compliments, you say something unexpected like, "I like you, but I'm not sure if we'd get along. I don't think you can handle me." It throws her off balance and piques her interest. She might think, "He's different from other guys. I need to know more." She immediately engages her emotions and finds herself more attracted to the unpredictable. Lastly, let's discuss the high-value man. Just as antiques can command incredible prices even when they are no longer functional, so too can a high-value man be extremely attractive even if he is not conventionally perfect. Similar to how people value antiques for their perceived value rather than their usability, women may find a man highly attractive if they perceive him to be of high value. However, what does it mean to be a high-value man? Man. In other words, a woman values a man more when she gives him more thought. You are more significant than she is, and as long as you maintain this advantage, people will think highly of you. Here are some vital tips for creating this impression. A high-value man never tries to impress women for the sake of impressing them. He never settles for anything less than the best. He keeps his life and passions as his top priorities. He is willing to walk away if his principles are compromised. He makes women earn his attention rather than giving it away easily. He has options and isn't desperate to settle. Instead, he invites women into his world. And most importantly, he never chases women. Exhibiting these qualities will enhance your perceived value and attract women towards you. The rest of this series will cover more detail, but these are the basics. If you would like me to continue this series, please let me know in the comments, along with any issues you're experiencing so I can address them. If you haven't seen the first video yet, please do so. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support means a lot. The science of getting girls. If you're having trouble attracting girls, don't worry, I've got you covered. I'm here to transform you into a confident and successful man. Let's begin with Lesson 1, George. Dr. Robert Cialdini, the scarcity principle psychologist, famously explained in his book that limited opportunities seem more valuable. Marketers frequently use this principle to explain why billionaires would prefer a slow, unique car over a mass-produced, incredibly fast one. This principle also explains why the adage, "nice guys finish last," often appears. It's not that girls don't like friendly guys. Rather, it's that they make themselves too available while jerks appear uninterested. Nevertheless, the secret they don't tell you is that you don't have to be a jerk to create scarcity. In fact, a lovely guy who knows how to make himself scarce is far more attractive. So how do you pull this off? Imagine you're at a party and you see a girl you like surrounded by guys fighting for her attention. It may seem hopeless, but this is your opportunity to shine. Say something polite and casual as you pass by, then continue on your way to chat with a friend for extra points. In contrast to the guys who are clinging to her, if that friend is another female, you are essentially placing a limited edition sign on yourself by doing this. Take advantage of this unique opportunity before it vanishes. Second lesson, the gain-loss. There are theories that elaborate on the notion of scarcity. In a smart study, the gain-loss theory of attraction helps us understand why decent guys could appear to finish last. Following their one-on-one encounters, college students unintentionally overheard the experimenter's assessment of them, which was either entirely positive or completely negative. This illustrates that gaining someone's favor after a challenging beginning yields a greater sense of satisfaction than merely gaining their approval right away. However, exercise caution when using this strategy with a girl, as it can be challenging to subtly convey her negative impression without appearing rude. When asked later how much they liked the experimenter, the students unsurprisingly liked it most when the feedback was entirely positive, but they liked it even more when the initial feedback was negative, but turned favorable over time. In addition, once you've decided that she has won you over, make sure to express clearly that if it's not clear that you've warmed up to her, she might assume you're not interested, which could backfire and push her away. This brings us to the next crucial point. Point Lesson 3, Proximity. In Lesson 1, we discussed the value of scarcity in terms of attention, but closeness is not scarcity. According to an MIT study on friendship building, being physically close to someone was crucial for developing strong bonds. The proximity of a dorm increased the likelihood of labeling someone as a close friend. For example, individuals living only one dorm away had a 41% chance of being close friends, whereas those living 4 dorms away had only a 10% chance. In conclusion, you must be physically close to the girl you like, but proximity also involves frequency. You have a better chance with someone you see for 10 minutes every day than with someone you see for an hour once a week. If you're not close, you'll need to strategically change your route to class to pass her, join a club she's in, or find other ways to cross paths frequently, all while being subtle. Avoid crossing the boundary between creepiness and closeness. Now that you've established good proximity and demonstrated that she's won over, how do you maintain her positive feelings toward you? The Ben Franklin effect in Lesson 4. You might assume that asking for favors would irritate people, but Benjamin Franklin's secret to winning everyone over was to ask for them. The reverse is true. A 1971 study at the University of North Carolina found that people tend to like others more when they show kindness to them. The study instructed volunteers to either support or criticize students who were actually actors as they completed tasks. Upon assessing the students' likability and attractiveness, the volunteers discovered that those who received support were more attractive than those who received criticism. The lesson here is to start with tiny favors and give the girl you like chances to show you kindness. You might gently encourage her to feel more positively about you by asking for the time or something easy. Simple gestures like dropping your pencil close to her and asking her to pick it up for you, or asking her for assistance with a small task you're working on, can actually increase your attractiveness because they provide subtle opportunities for connection. However, if you miss the next important step, none of these strategies will matter. Point Lesson 5. Appearance Researchers. Morian and Bloom's 1997 study, which produced an intriguing discovery, found that things within your control, such as having good posture, noticeable grooming, well-fitting clothing, a positive attitude, and maintaining a healthy weight, determine the most attractive features rather than genetics. The study asked 117 college students to rate the attractiveness of 76 photos of the opposite sex. Let me reiterate that the most desirable qualities are not inherited. They may be achieved with regular exercise and a little work. You can greatly improve your attractiveness by smiling, wearing well-fitting clothing, keeping yourself clean, and standing tall with your shoulders back. She won't be attracted if you ignore your appearance and present yourself badly, even if you're doing everything else well. Let's move on to the final lesson, which is Lesson 6, Chemistry and Luck. Unbelievably, a factor outside of your control frequently determines attractiveness. This leads us to the field of neurobiology, genetic compatibility. 2 important characteristics influence long-term attraction and have the power to overcome nearly everything else. Your sense of smell is the first consideration. Women's noses also pick up on MHC molecules, which are involved in immune system functioning. Research indicates that women are frequently more attracted to men whose MHC molecules differ from their own, because this genetic diversity is beneficial for potential offspring. Your nose detects pheromones, which carry genetic information and can cause a physiological or behavioral response if they are compatible. The second and possibly most important component is the first kiss. Men do not have the same MHC detecting abilities, so even if you sense a strong connection, she might not feel the same way if your MHC molecules are too similar to hers. 2 examples of the complex tactile and chemical messages exchanged during this time are the taste of your mouth and the scent of your breath. It's so important that many women report losing interest in you after a horrible first kiss, but if it goes well, it triggers a rush of norepinephrine that triggers the fight-or-flight reaction, which causes your pulse to accelerate, your pupils to dilate, and your energy to spike. If everything aligns at that moment, a meaningful connection has been established. Discover the hidden signs of female body language that indicate her liking you. We'll now explore 11 scientifically supported body language cues that frequently show a woman's developing interest in you. Additionally, we'll reveal the clearest sign that she's not interested in you, ensuring you don't waste your time. 11. Imagine yourself sitting across from her at a cafe, casually running your hand through your hair, and a few seconds later, she does the same. This is an example of mimicking your motions. One of the most obvious indicators of interest is this subtle mirroring, which happens when someone unintentionally mimics your body language to show comfort and a desire to establish rapport. Why is this important, given that, from a psychological perspective, it is nearly always an involuntary action? When she mimics your gestures, mirroring stems from our innate desire for reciprocity and connection. It's her subliminal method of letting you know that she's at ease with you and wants to strengthen your bond. This behavior appeals to a basic human need to share experiences. This behavior essentially lays the groundwork for a closer relationship. Mirroring is more than just copying. It's a strong sign of empathy, trust, and a developing relationship. Another telltale sign of interest is when a woman plays with her hair. This seemingly innocuous gesture can reveal a lot about her feelings. She usually touches or twists her hair out of nervous energy and a desire to enhance her appearance. Psychologically, she links this behavior to self-awareness when she's around someone she finds interesting. Imagine that you are having a meaningful conversation or sharing a laugh with someone and she begins to play with a strand of her hair. This is more than just a habit. It's a subconscious attempt to make you notice her femininity from a psychological standpoint. Playing with her hair is a subtle yet powerful indication that she is invested in the conversation and wants to create a good impression. It can be viewed as a type of grooming, a natural inclination to make oneself more attractive in the eyes of someone they are interested in. Signal number 10, having fun with hair. If you give a woman a compliment and she begins running her fingers through her hair, it's not just a casual gesture. It's a non-verbal way of acknowledging your words and subtly boosting her attractiveness, inviting you to notice and appreciate her signal. When a woman feels attracted to someone, she tends to become more self-conscious about her appearance, often focusing on her hair as a subconscious way to enhance her appeal. 9. Intentional and unambiguous eye contacts. When a lady stares at you with intention and clarity, it's a strong sign that she's interested in you and represents more than just a passing glance. If her eyes are constantly meeting yours during a group conversation or in a crowded area, it's a conscious attempt to build a connection with you, making you the center of her attention. This type of eye contact conveys confidence, focus, and a sincere desire to connect. Signal 8. Open stance. Another subtle but telling clue is an open stance. When a woman faces you in an open stance, it implies if she puts herself in your line of sight and keeps her stance open, it's usually an indication that she's interested in waiting for you to make a move. This body language shows that she's not only in the same area, but is actively seeking interaction. When a lady purposefully enters your personal space, it's a clear sign of interest. Personal space is the invisible line that separates each of us and defines our comfort zone. By entering this environment, she is demonstrating comfort and a desire for a deeper connection that extends beyond casual interaction. Imagine you're at a party, and she begins approaching you from across the room. The important thing to notice is where she stops. If she puts herself within 4 feet of you, she has entered your personal space. This gesture indicates that she's willing to close the distance between you, demonstrating genuine interest and a willingness to engage more deeply. Consider the TWT distance. At this point, she's entering what's known as the intimate zone, which is a strong indication that you've caught her attention. Conversations in this space become more personal, indicating a shift toward a more intimate connection. This move isn't random. It shows that she's purposefully approaching you with the intention of having a conversation. 6. Widening nostrils. Although this may not be the first thing you think of as a flirtatious gesture, it can reveal a sense of comfort and openness, unlike more deliberate body language signals. If you notice her nostrils expanding when she's around you, it's often a natural, involuntary response. Invading personal space is a powerful non-verbal cue of interest and comfort. She is showing signs of comfort and openness in your presence by appearing comfortable and at ease. Signal 5. Concentrating on her mouth. Another obvious clue is when a lady highlights her lips after speaking for a long time. She may do this by lightly stroking them or wearing lipstick, but either way, it's an indication that she wants you to pay attention. By emphasizing her lips, she is employing a flirting technique that goes beyond mere nonverbal communication. She is using a suggestive body part to draw your attention and show interest. She is wanting a closer relationship and may be expressing romantic or physical interest if you notice her bringing your eyes to her lips during a chat. Indicate the forefoot directions. While facial expressions and other body language can occasionally be deceptive, the location of a woman's feet can reveal her true level of interest. Signal number 4 may seem strange, but it's quite telling. If a woman points her feet directly at you, it's a strong indication of her genuine interest and engagement. If they are facing away, even though she's actively participating in the conversation, it may indicate that her mind is elsewhere. Show 3 dilated pupils and maintain a sidelong gaze. Many people associate signal number 3 with a sidelong glance and dilated pupils. Ignore these minor clues, despite their strong indications. A sideways glance is another subtle but telling gesture. If she gives you a sidelong look, it's a way of discreetly acknowledging or evaluating the interaction. This brief glance reveals that she's paying special attention to you, frequently signaling flirtation or an interest signal. Attraction-dilated pupils, which are the result of the autonomic nervous system's response, can signify excitement or emotional interest. If her puppies relax during your interaction, it's a strong indication that she's feeling drawn to you. Secondly, revealing one's neck is a clear indication of attraction. When a woman tilts her head or pushes her hair aside to exhibit her neck, she is expressing comfort and openness around you. This gesture shows trust and vulnerability because the neck is a sensitive and exposed area. Animals behave similarly, and we're sending the next signal. In interpersonal relationships, safety and confidence show that she is comfortable and interested in you. Signal 1. Deliberate touch. Intentional physical contact, such as putting her hand on yours, rubbing her leg against yours, or even embracing your arm if she's feeling cold, is the most telling indication of developing desire. These actions show that she is at ease and willing to share her feelings with you. Intentional physical contact, such as placing her hand on yours, brushing your knee with hers, embracing you for warmth, or leaning on your shoulder, breaks down barriers and indicates a deeper level of connection and attraction. These acts all say a lot. These behaviors demonstrate that she feels at ease sharing her physical space with you, and are not only innocuous gestures. Rather, they convey a level of intimacy that goes beyond simple friendship. On the other side, crossed arms. Crossing her arms in front of you is one obvious way that she is not interested. It's a powerful nonverbal cue of discomfort or disinterest. In some situations, crossed arms may indicate that she feels the need to shield herself from any discomfort you may be causing. In the best-case scenario, they may simply indicate that she is cold. But it's important to note that this isn't good news either if you notice her. There you have it. Crossing her arms may indicate that it's time to reconsider the circumstances and possibly move on. There are 11 strong body language clues that suggest she likes you, and one important clue that suggests she doesn't. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. While you're here, watch these other educational films for more insights. Thank you for viewing.